Downtown Spa. Jody actually over in Disney World this week.
Wow.
That's why she's away from the show.
Her.
Having a good time. Alyssa Bauman joining us right now. You're always keeping us healthy here in the kitchen.
I love to.
And you're going to help decipher food labels, what the ingredients are that we're putting in our bodies. So some great tips. And let's start over here.
Sure.
With the mixes when you think you're getting an ingredient, but not actually the case.
Well, it's really important to actually look at the label and not go with what the front packaging says. So if you wanted to see this, it's blueberry muffins. You're going to make blueberry muffins. So if you could just read some of the ingredients. We're hoping there's some blueberries in there. Okay. What is the first ingredient?
Okay, we got wheat flour, brown sugar, soybean oil, blueberry flavored nuggets.
Blueberry flavored nuggets? Okay, what exactly is blueberry flavored nugget? I've never heard of that.
That's a good question. And there's like a paragraph of ingredients on here too.
Right, okay. That's scary in itself. So what is there any blueberries in there?
See, now that would be the question. I would assume if I'm seeing a blueberry muffin mix, there would be blueberries in there.
You're looking at that label and you're like, I can't even pronounce half those words. Another thing to remember is if you can't pronounce some of the things that are in the label, put it down.
Okay.
Again, with the packaging, it's really important. Reduced sodium doesn't necessarily mean low in sodium. Low sugar doesn't mean no calories. And low in fat, and this is a big one, doesn't mean healthier because some of the fats are the good fats, fats that we need. So look at the packaging and not just the outside label. And
you know, with these tips that you're saying, I find this very common with cereals too, of what's on the front in terms of what they're promoting, especially when I think about the idea of getting your daily dietary fiber.
Right.
Like how much actually is that?
Right. There's not really that much restrictions on their labeling. So high in fiber, again, look at the label and make sure there's over 3 grams of fiber. Okay. Anything under that is not enough fiber in a serving. For instance, if you take a mucilix, which is, did you want to check out what's in there?
Okay, so these ones, organic rolled oat flakes.
I know what that is.
Organic barley flakes.
Know what that is.
Organic Thompson raisins.
I can visualize that.
Organic sunflower seeds, sesame seeds.
And what about the fiber intake on there?
So fiber on this is 6 grams per serving.
Wow, that's amazingly healthy way to start your day.
Yeah.
And the fiber here?
We go 1 gram per serving.
1 gram of fiber.
So, you know, that's one thing to look at. And with some of these ingredients and not even understanding what they are, the question I was asking you before is how do they regulate this sort of thing? So if I'm looking at a basic cereal box and they're saying some sort of hydrochloride, BHT, which I have no idea what that is.
BHT is an absolute no-no, okay? This causes cancer. So anything that has BHT, and it's a preservative, it's to keep the freshness in the packaging and also the freshness in the oils that are in the cornflakes. Absolutely no, put it down, ditch it. Don't go near that.
Because there's such small servings to get away with it, but if you're eating it 5-6 times a week.
Again, and you'll get that in some of the unhealthier peanut butters, there's hydrogenated fats in them where where you're allowed, the label laws, you're allowed to, if anything is under 0.5 grams of hydrogenated fat, it can say on the label, as you look at this peanut butter, trans fat free. However, if you're having 2, 3, 4, 5 servings of this, you know, throughout the week, you're getting way too much trans fats because they are allowed to put at least 0.5 grams of hydrogenated fat in there. And hydrogenated fat is an absolute no-no. This is what clogs the arteries. As we talk about hydrogenated fat, I wanted you to read the label of this microwave popcorn.
Everybody loves their popcorn.
Everybody loves their popcorn.
Okay, so for the bagged popcorn hydrogenated.
You can't even pronounce it.
See, I mean, I look at these labels and what's going on.
Okay.
Soybean oil in here.
Right.
Salt, natural, and artificial flavors.
So a better alternative to this than the microwave popcorn would be pop your own popcorn. Use an air popper, organic kernels, and just do it yourself. I'd love to take a look at what's inside that bag. So cut it right open.
Let's do it.
Let's see what that hydrogenated fats look like.
Okay, just gonna pop that open right there.
Oh, are you kidding? Okay.
Wow.
So when this is popped, we don't get to see what we're eating and what the hydrogenated fats really look like.
Yeah.
Because it's in the bag and it's all melted. But this is still going into your system and you're still getting a ton of that. So stay away from the microwave popcorn and do it yourself. It might take 5 more minutes longer, but it's definitely worth it.
Air popper it is. Listen, we're going to put your website information on screen on our Facebook page. Thanks for coming in and breaking this down.
Absolutely. I want to keep you guys healthy. And for more nutrition tips, you can sign up for my newsletter at nourish.ca. Yeah.
Perfect. We'll take a final break. We'll wrap things up, get you queued up for Wednesday's breakfast television. That is
crazy, isn't it?
Scary.